What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to add a basic flashlight to your character in Unreal Engine 4 and make it look realistic in later videos. So we have the default first-person template here. I've effectively taken the floor and duplicated it to the ceiling and deleted all light sources, so it's completely dark in this enclosed space. When I play, it's all dark. So I'm going to add a flashlight to the first person character here. I'm going to go into my content, first person BP, blueprints, first person character, and I'm going to double click and open that. I already had it open, cheated, but whatever. Here it is. And this is the viewport and the event graph. But we're going to go to viewport here. And I want to add a flashlight, and how I do that is I add a spotlight. So, oops, if I can spell. I'm wearing gloves, my hands are a little cold. So spotlight, there's a spotlight here, and there it is, right? So if I play, I now have a spotlight, and you know, that's all well and good, but it doesn't go very far. Like, this is kind of, you know, immersion and claustrophobic or whatever, but it doesn't quite move in a realistic way. When I move my cursor, it's kind of jerky. I don't like that. So first thing I'm going to do is actually drag the spotlight to this gun, right? So the FP gun, I'm going to drag the spotlight to the FP gun, and now you can see the spotlight is moving. All right. So I'm going to kind of plop that right on the edge of the gun. I can't really do that much of a fine detailed movement, so I'm going to turn the grid snap off and then just, oops, stop moving. There you go, move that up. And then, yeah, that should be fine. All right. You kind of move it up and down to where you find where you'd like it. And you'll notice that the flashlight is actually moving down, up and down in conjunction with our gun movement here, the default kind of animation. I'm going to save us some trouble. I'm actually going to select the FP gun here, go over to the right and make sure it's hidden in game. The arms too, click on the arms, the mesh, hidden in game. So now we have like a disembodied light sticking out here. Okay, so from here, I want to, what do I want to do? I want to adjust the distance that the light is going through. All right. So the attenuation radius is how far it goes out. And if you notice, flashlights have like multiple rings. I'm going to start with a basic ring here by the inner core ring. This is the brightest part, and you can see that. Right? You notice that. Right? There's like a little ring in the middle of there. Gonna look at that, have it like that, and the outer ring like that. And the attenuation radius kind of far. You notice that if we have it far, we can actually see farther. Now this is a very strange looking light. And you know what? I might as well fix this in this video. So there's a little trick that you can do, is I'm going to select the spotlight, right click, and duplicate. Boom. So now we have two of those. And we'll just call that spotlight 1, which is actually spotlight 2, but whatever. But I'm going to make the outer cone a little bit bigger, and then make that a little bit like that. So we have the inner cone and then the outer cone radius, and then I'm going to have the attenuation radius shorter for this one. Get this one in the middle and that one on the outside. Let's see what that looks like. A lot of this is fine tuning. See, look at that. Pretty neat. I can't take credit for this. Another guy did a video, but I think it's fantastic to play around with. All right, so I want like another light. So I'm going to, oops, right click and duplicate this one. And I want this one to have a very small inner cone angle, and then this to be wide. And we can play around with intensity and stuff like that, but I'm just going to leave it. All right, let's check that out. How's that look? Yeah, that is passable as a flashlight, I guess. pretty neat, but I want to switch it up. I'm going to add something called a swing arm. Type in swing, no, add component, swing arm, spring arm, sorry. I'm going to add a spring arm to the to the FP gun. I'm going to select all these with shift. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. And then put that in the spring arm. And I'm going to kind of dampen this a little bit. Now this is where it gets a little tricky and convoluted. Right, so now there's no springiness going on. But I want to enable some rotation lag. And the rotation lag speed, just leave that as default and see what that does. Look at that. It lags behind a little bit. So you can like snap your head and the light will like catch up. This is far more realistic. We can also, increase this. Oh wait, no, I decrease this, sorry. So maybe go like 5, then hit play. All right, yeah, it just kind of lags around, which is pretty neat. And yeah, that is some realistic spring arm lag for your flashlight and things like that. And you can do all sorts of things, tricky things like that with cylinder ray casting and stuff like that. So it doesn't. Oh, that's actually not too bad. But yeah, that's it for kind of a more of a, I guess, a realistic flashlight. And yeah, and just kind of have them set like that. You kind of want to have your widest field of view kind of like a lower intensity. And then a wider outer core, just so it illuminates everything around you like this. So, but yeah, there it is. You guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.